But as long as we practice the same behaviors that we do and go for the things we go for, then the enemy understands that they still have control over us. And we have lived in a society where our man has been disenfranchised. We have run them crazy at home, and they've been around so many women, they grow up and talk like women and act like women. You know, when we dragging our son to the beauty parlor to get our hair braided, he got to sit in there and listen to women for 3 and 4 hours. Okay, when we take him over to our girlfriend's house and he got to listen to that. Well, see, a lot of that impacts upon his development. And there are some fathers who are unfit to be around their children, or the woman, or anybody else. But then there are a lot of other great fathers who are qualified to help nurture their child and co-parent, but we don't deal with them because we're mad at them. The child ain't mad. Well, we used to identify with being black first and having a black man. But because of the women's liberation movement, now we try to identify as being female, and we got all of this here, you know, black girls do this and black women do that, you know, and we have not come up with a program as black women that honors our men as much as we honor ourselves. It would not be us if it were not for him, okay? It would not be us if it were not for him. Okay, many of our men have left us to go to women of other nationalities because they feel like they can get along with them better. It's not because they're better women, but they haven't suffered the same kind of traumas that we have from childhood growing up, what we saw, what we did, and all of the things we had to go through. And so their mood is better. They ain't mad all the time like us. You know, we be uptight. We have unrealistic expectations, you know, and the unrealistic expectations has been our downfall. We have made up ideas about what a relationship and a husband or a man is supposed to be like. You know, we don't mind having a man as long as he don't act like a man. You know, we could be with him, but if we start coming up in that trying to give some instructions or say how he wants things or what we supposed to do, oh, we go get everybody then. Oh, no, you trying to tell me what to do. Somebody need to tell us what to do. It's obvious we don't know what to do. Things that we all need to survive, and where we gonna need a man, where we're going to get past a whole lot of what we got going now. It's just going to fade away. Like Trump said, it's going to poof. It'll disappear. You know? But there will come a time based on things that we all need to survive, and where we're going to need a man. But there will come a time based on things that we all need to survive, and where we're going to need a man, where we're going to get past a whole lot of what we got going now. It's not going to be there. But for right now, the man's role would be to protect and provide. Now, when we say provide, that don't mean buy you every kind of weave you want that costs $800 or $900. It don't mean buy you every kind of Gucci and Fendi and Louis Vuitton. That ain't what provide means. He's going to provide direction and guidance, love, affection, discipline for our children. Go to the church, and many of us treat the people at the church and the minister like we should be treating our man at home. So, you know, we have it all mixed up. So those are some of the things that the man needs to do. He needs to not let women let us get away with things, because the moment we get away with sneaking a line, or we really open it up and do that a lot more because we think we've got him tricked. And that's one of the reasons that so many black women were angry with me for putting out the Black Man's Guide to Understand the Black Woman. Because our men needed a heads up, and even with that, it's hard for them. But they just have certain information they don't have about us on eyelashes, and you know, maybe even going to school. More of us are graduating from college. More of us are getting PhDs. You know, we got good credit cards. We got a whole lot of things, but it hasn't made us happy. We're still sitting around talking about why we don't have companionship, which is the ultimate goal. It don't have to be marriage. It can just be some good companionship. Of our energy to the white people on the job. So when we come home, we tired. So it's easier to pick up McDonald's or some other kind of junk and bring it home and feed it to our children, until our children get so accustomed to eating it that they don't even want good food. They don't want vegetables. That's who we have been unjust to ourselves. And so we can set a better example. And just cooking. I talk about cooking all the time. I don't know how so many of us have missed that. Cooking food and invite somebody over for dinner. You have somebody at least for some company sometimes, because most of our men are lined up every evening somewhere to buy some kind of filthy, greasy food because they don't have nothing to eat. I talked to a young brother the other day. He told me he don't even know no women that cook. Start with his mother. Now, I know that our brothers are broken. Many of them have had such a hard time. You know, we don't even know what it's like to be a black man in America. They're hunted down like wild animals. Love the women's lib movement and the big mouth many of us have developed out here trying to talk and yell and jump up in men's faces. Now the enemy treating our women like they treat our men. They throw them down, shoot them, anything. Our women are overweight. We big and fat, and try to convince somebody that looks
I want to give all the praises and the honor to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, RICANS, and double honors to the elder apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone. Also a sincere shalom to you other elders in the Achium, you brethren, and you few sisters. Okay. Also, let me say shalom to the elect. Okay, brother shared this with me, screen name Judah 1969, shares me videos time to time. And I said, well, I'll look at it. I've seen this woman before. Her name is Shahrazad Ali. I don't know how you pronounce it. I don't know what faith she follows or whatever. But it's you know, the intro pretty much says it all. The video that you've seen says it all. Lord's will, I'll put the link in the description box as I'm copying it now. You know, what can we say? You know, everything this woman is saying is absolutely on point. And these are things that we know. Maybe some of us don't know. I've always said that there's a lot of Jake who, and I believe a lot of our problems has come up from the upbringing. You know, the scripture says that from the beginning of sin is the woman that through her we all die, something like that. Because this is promoted to us. We already, I'm trying to say this without, you know, these type of videos, they're sensitive. So you have to bear with me the way I say some of these things. But ultimately, we're in a curse. And you see these people now coming out and saying what's going on and what's wrong. But if it wasn't of the Lord is the one who set it up for everything to go this way. Now you also got this guy Kevin Samuels, who comes on, who a lot of a lot of people idolize and haven't looked into themselves and see, you know, what has happened with them and what spirit that was put on them to shake that before you can jump into this arena and say what the so-called black woman is doing. I'll just put that out there, because I've witnessed quite a few Jake, you know, who doesn't have the capacity to even maintain or hold a relationship. And if you're like that, you shouldn't be in one. And they look for videos that talk about the black woman, right? And because that's the excuse you need to justify certain behaviors. There's a lot of Jake that do that. But I'll say in this video, I don't want to jump off course. In this video, you know, what else do I have to say? You know, everything she's saying, I'm just putting a short commentary to it. Everything she pretty much saying is on point. And the Lord will use these situations to bring forth the light about our women, right? Because they're the ones carry the seed, and in this day and age, and even in the past, has been the ones raise the seeds. So you'll have a lot of them saying that it's a lot of bad fathers. You know, I've heard that a lot too. There's bad fathers, no good men. See, all you got to do is put forth that stereotype, and that's where it rolls. But who raised them? That's the key. A lot of men are raised in the manner that their mothers raise them, and send Jake out there into a pack of wolves or wolverines. It's not that, you know, Jake couldn't handle themselves, but the mental part is what destroys you. It's the mental part. And if you're not mentally sound, that's what destroys you. And this is why we need YAHAWASHI. And that's why I'm tying this all in. We need Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. We need YAHAWASHI, the one the world ignorantly calls Jesus, to come back and save us from our enemies. And our enemies is not just this man that's running the world. We got our own people and our own counterparts who are our enemies. So these are things that I'm a little older, so I've witnessed the transformation of the family and the respect of men. So now with the weaker vessel involved, you know, you got to know that it's easy to manipulate. She also went into, I believe, the prophecy that she didn't realize what she was saying. Well, she realized what she was saying, but what she was saying was right in the scriptures. She said, one day when things get rough, you're going to need a man. And then what you going to do? When thou spoiled, what will I do? Jeremiah 4:30. This is Titus 2:3. The aged woman likewise, that they be in behavior and become of holiness, not false accusers, not giving too much wine, teachers of good things. Right? Teachers of good things. Right? That they may teach the young women to be sober. So what happened there? Something went wrong. Something went wrong where that didn't happen anymore. And really, when you deal with it and what we say is in the truth, we know ultimately the Most High controls it all, but we know who controlled all this. We know who set all this up. We knew who took the ability of the man to be productive out of the home. We knew what happened with that. We knew you lift up the weaker vessel and put her on top, and what she doesn't realize, that this doesn't make her any better. Really, it hurts you. Not to have leadership hurt you. Okay, it says to be discreet, chaste, keepers at home. Right. Good, obedient to their own husbands, that the word of Yahweh be not blasphemed. So you got to know this truth, no matter how you look at it, has got out there and people are using it in their own platforms and bringing it to light. They're still bringing this truth to light. And obviously this woman, whoever she is, have some knowledge of the scriptures. Even if she follows some other doctrine, it came out of the scriptures. And she even admitted that nothing else has worked. See, she's older, she's been through it, and now she understands that she looks back and see that all these things that you're trying, this movement that's going on to uplift, it hasn't worked. In fact, I haven't seen more misery since the situation where they wasn't working and they didn't have money like that and they depended on a husband. They were more happier then. How are you more miserable when you're working and you're doing great? Supposedly. Right? It says that the word of Yahweh be not blasphemed. Okay? Let's go to Proverbs 3:13. I really have not much, I don't have much to say on this, dealing with the sensitive nature. But, you know, I'll go in the spirit and it goes where it goes. Proverbs 31:3. Let's go to 31:1. The words of King Lemuel, the prophecy that his mother taught him. This going into Bathsheba and Solomon. Right? And as I said before, that was a reason why the Most High caused King David to go off. You know? King David had to go off for that sole purpose of Bathsheba showing the example to her son, Solomon, okay, on what to look out for. And now in this society, that has definitely gotten away of, because the Jakes, as she admitted, they have no clue what's going on. She even admitted the correction, how they know how to sneak and get away with it. You know, I've seen that hundreds of times. Wasn't until in my older age that I started realizing, yeah, we see what's going on. And that's why a lot of you know, a lot of younger brothers who don't know, you don't need Kevin Samuels to tell you. You got apostles and elders and older brothers that have experiences to lay down that platform, man, to show you what's up. That's why you're in the truth. The scriptures tell you what's up, you know. Proverbs 31:1. The words of King Lemuel, the prophecy that his mother taught him. What, my son? And what, the son of my womb? And what, the son of my vows? Give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings. All right? It is not for kings, O Lemuel, it is not for kings to drink wine, nor for princes strong drink, lest they drink and forget the law and pervert the judgment of any of the afflicted. It's not talking about you can't have wine or drink. It's still going into the philosophy of the chivalry and all that, and give the woman what she wants. Because what happened eventually to King Solomon? Put his strength in the woman. And you see what happened. And a lot of you Jakes haven't woke up from that. A lot of you haven't woke up from that. And it's crazy because a lot of these things that she's saying, that I believe brothers have done, elders have done, I remember in the past, I've done videos on those topics. The video never stayed up very long, but hey, I did it anyway. So now I just put the clip in, and the message gets out. Anyway, I don't believe there's nothing else to say. I'll put the link in the description box, Lord's will. That's all I have on that. Shalom.